Jon Stewart aimed to unveil the truth about Elon Musk during a live broadcast, but Musk countered fiercely, transforming the Daily Show set into a clash of wits as Stewart delivered humorous barbs only to be met with a barrage of unwavering facts. Before we embark on this narrative journey, please share your location in the comments and remember to subscribe to stay updated with the latest tales. In a particular episode of The Daily Show, Jon Stewart directed a sharp critique towards Elon Musk. He claimed that Musk was leveraging Doge, the government efficiency initiative, to siphon healthcare funding directly into SpaceX. An assertion devoid of substantial proof. Stewart wore a sly grin while broadcasting. Musk seems to have a vision where our struggles on Earth pave the way for his journey to Mars. The moment he spoke, the online world exploded. Supporters of Musk erupted in anger, labeling it as false information, while admirers of Stewart celebrated his efforts to unveil the truth about the billionaire. Musk took action on it. On X, he responded without hesitation. Stewart is fabricating it. Doge stays away from healthcare. I will confront him directly and show him he is mistaken. The challenge ignited a blaze of determination. Stewart, unfazed, replied during the following live broadcast. He ridiculed. If I'm mistaken, Musk can come to set me straight. I'll present the entire performance, raw and unedited. Musk responded on Twitter. All right, I'm on board, but it's raw and unrefined. The truth will reveal itself. The clash of rhetoric swiftly transformed into a much-awaited spectacle in the media arena. #Musk vs. Stewart inundated X. From humorous memes poking fun at Stewart to enthusiastic videos celebrating Musk as the champion, the community divided into two factions. One could wager that Stewart would deliver a knockout punch to Musk with his wit. The other betting that Musk would overpower him with information. Elon Musk swiftly addressed Jon Stewart's challenge without letting it linger. As soon as I'm in, but it's raw and unrefined. He convened a private meeting with teams from SpaceX and XAI. The atmosphere crackled with anticipation. Musk sat at the head of a long table, his eyes intense, commanding the preparation of every Doge data point, including numbers, charts, and official documents. Stewart is eager to engage in play. I'll ensure he faces a significant defeat. The group acknowledged each other, immersing themselves in their assignments. SpaceX engineers retrieved comprehensive Doge budget reports, demonstrating that not a single dollar from healthcare was reduced, contrary to Stewart's assertion. In the meantime, the XAI team meticulously examined Musk's public remarks, leaving no openings for Stewart to take advantage of. Musk aimed for more than mere victory. He desired an overwhelming victory. In the midst of the turmoil, Musk continued to scroll through X. He noticed the buzz around #Musk vs. Stewart, with fans rallying, anticipating that Elon will outsmart Stewart. It was said that Stewart isn't even aware of what Doge is, it's all just a joke. Musk grinned, sending out a tweet. The truth will reveal itself. I won't arrive without something in my possession. He understood that this was more than merely a private disagreement. It was an opportunity to uphold the vision they and Vivek Ramaswamy had committed their reputations to. Musk stood, staring out the SpaceX HQ window, envisioning Stewart rendered speechless by irrefutable data. He won't know how to respond, he murmured, clutching his pen tightly. On the flip side, Jon Stewart relished the laid-back atmosphere at the Daily Show studio. Seated among his fellow creators, he erupted in laughter at a concept. Picture this, Musk strolls in, and I ask, is Doge an abbreviation for dog-eating government? The room burst into chaos. Stewart radiated self-assurance. He relied on a dated piece, his sole reference, asserting that Musk intended to redirect healthcare funds towards technology initiatives. The author had actually corrected that article a long time ago, yet Stewart failed to check it. Who cares about dull numbers? He informed his producer. The crowd craves humor, and I shall deliver it to them. This mouth is unbeatable even for Musk. The producer, a man in his middle years named Dave, wore a frown. Are you really certain about that, John? Musk could present an extensive collection of documents. If you make a mistake, you're in trouble. Stewart dismissed him with a wave, his hand flapping as if trying to chase away an annoying insect. Incorrect, I'm a comedian, not a reporter. If Musk delivers the figures, I'll craft them into a humorous piece. He comes across as overly serious, and the audience doesn't respond well to that. The team acknowledged, yet a few cast anxious looks at one another. They began crafting lines, taking playful jabs at Musk, likening him to the king of Mars or a billionaire who slashes aid to launch ships. Stewart perused them and erupted in laughter. It has come to an end. Musk will quiet down and head home. In the meantime, X was intensifying. Admirers of Musk shared images of him alongside a Falcon rocket. Prepare to dominate Stewart. Another examined approach merely reduces waste, not healthcare. Stewart is not being truthful. Supporters of Stewart respond fiercely. John will bring Musk to tears. The battle on social media intensified, catapulting Musk versus Stewart into the realm of global trending topics. Some skeptics pondered the possibility of Stewart being mistaken, yet Stewart remained unfazed. He was convinced that humor outshone logic. Yet, despite Musk's intelligence, he couldn't outshine his cleverness in familiar territory. Musk, on the other hand, remained unaffected by sentiment. He meticulously examined each slide, pushing his team to practice responses to any remark from Stewart. "He'll make light of it, but I'll come armed with facts," Musk instructed his assistant, his voice steady. He envisioned Stewart writhing in discomfort beneath the weight of expectation. "We won't rescue him if he's completely mistaken," he whispered. Eyes sparkling with the anticipation of triumph. He tweeted once more, "Preparations complete. Stewart, looking forward to seeing you on air." Stewart maintained his rhythm. He shared a brief video on X, playfully pretending to call Elon Musk. "Gather your documents. I require an item to clean my desk." The crowd erupted in applause, yet Musk remained a silent observer. Silence prevails. Jon Stewart walked onto the Daily Show stage with a self-assured smile, the stage lights illuminating his face as the audience erupted in applause. He began with his trademark wit. "Welcome to a unique episode where we observe Elon Musk's decision to reduce healthcare in pursuit of a journey to Mars." The crowd erupted in laughter. Stewart continued, gesturing with a document he referred to as evidence. "This article clearly outlines how Musk is securing hospital funding for SpaceX through this alleged dodge. Who needs physicians when you've got rockets, right?" He winked, oblivious to the fact that the article had long been discredited, a claim he had spread without verifying its accuracy. Stewart intensified his efforts. He engaged in some imitation of Musk. "I am Elon. I have no use for hospitals. I shall endure eternally on Mars." The audience erupted. In the midst of his tirade, he swung his arm with too much force, shattering a coffee mug against the desk. Glass grazed his hand, a thin line of blood seeping out. Stewart halted, glanced at the cut, then chuckled. "Observe, I am sacrificing for the truth." The crowd erupted in applause, believing it was all part of the performance. He encased his hand in a napkin, continuing to push forward. "Musk is on his way, but I have a feeling he'll arrive with misleading figures to obscure the truth." Broadcast in real time, enthusiasts on X amplified the dramatic moment, sending the hashtag StewartFest Musk soaring to unprecedented levels. However, Stewart's joy was short-lived. Hours later, Elon Musk appeared live from SpaceX HQ. Positioned before a massive screen, tablet in hand, he communicated with a blend of calmness and precision. "Stewart claims that I reduced healthcare funding. Complete fabrication. The reality is this." He turned to the opening slide. Comprehensive official documents created alongside Vivek Ramaswamy detailing each and every expense. Not a single cent from healthcare was affected. DOJ eliminates waste, such as redundant projects or unnecessary subsidies. Did Stewart actually read, or was he just making jokes? Musk fixed his gaze on the camera, his eyes challenging a reaction. The viewership for Musk's live stream surged dramatically, reaching millions within just a few minutes. He continued, "That piece Stewart showcased. A long-standing rumor withdrawn by its very creator. This is the correction email from the previous year." He displayed the email on the screen, clearly demonstrating Stewart's mistake without a doubt. He continued on without hesitation. "I promise to deliver the truth, and here it stands before you. Stewart is looking for a confrontation, and I'm prepared for it." The stream concluded with a sharp, metallic boundary. "Catch you on the broadcast, John? Should you choose to accept the challenge?" Supporters of Musk erupted on X, trending hashtag StewartLiar, surpassing hashtag StewartFestMusk. Someone stated, "Stewart's finished, Elon has evidence." In the studio of The Daily Show, Stewart observed Musk as he streamed alongside his team. Yet he remained unyielding. "Figures? I have no interest in that," he informed Dave, the producer. "My audience isn't looking for graphs, they crave humor. Musk is far too serious, he risks losing touch with himself." Dave was consumed by worry. "John, if you make a mistake, they'll come down on you hard. Musk possesses official documentation." Stewart dismissed it casually. "I'll turn the documents into a clever joke. He stands no chance on my ground." He began crafting sharper remarks, much like Musk presented his slides. "I believed he was presenting PowerPoint to NASA." The group chuckled, yet a few harbored silent concerns. Stewart was wagering far too much. The battle on X escalated dramatically. Supporters of Musk shared various slides analyzing statements to counter Stewart's claims. One observed healthcare remains unaddressed. Stewart's casting for attention. Supporters of Stewart responded to John's playful remark. Musk is being overly dramatic. However, those without strong opinions tend to favor Musk. One tweeted, if Stewart lacks evidence, he's finished. Musk possesses authentic data. #Stewart deceiver ascended. With memes of Stewart holding his fabricated article captioned, this news has reached its expiration date, John. Musk sat in his SpaceX office, scrolling through X with a pleased smile. He summoned his assistant, requesting more slides, even more concise. Stewart is trapped with no way out. He understood this was merely the beginning. The true confrontation unfolded on The Daily Show, where he sought to overshadow Stewart's errors with undeniable facts. He tweeted, does Stewart believe that humor triumphs over data? Take a look at this. The crowd erupted in applause. One response suggests that Elon will silence John. Stewart continues to exude confidence. Head back to the studio. Microphone in hand. Practicing Musk yield statistics. I'll ask, is this Doge or your rocket bill? The audience erupted in laughter, yet Dave remained silent, shaking his head in disapproval. John, you require evidence, not merely humor, he murmured. Stewart gave a nonchalant shrug. I'm confident in my stance. The audience is mine. He remained unaware of any doubt in that faith. A team member discreetly reviewed Stewart's article, validating that it was nonsense. Informed John that they inquired about Dave. It was too late. Dave let out a heavy sigh. Musk, in the meantime, meticulously verified each figure. He reached out to Vivek Ramaswamy. Stewart is mistaken, yet he refuses to acknowledge it. I require more precise data. Vivek chuckled heartily. This round goes to you, Elon. Maintain the momentum, he will falter. Musk acknowledged, his eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. He was aware that Stewart was crafting his own downfall, and he would gladly take the opportunity to hasten it. A fan on X commented, Musk triumphed over mid-zero Stewart. The upcoming round will be a decisive battle. The destined evening had at last come. The stage of The Daily Show radiated with energy, the audience erupting in cheers as Jon Stewart made his entrance, wearing his trademark grin. Welcome to the battle of the year, he exclaimed, his voice crackling with enthusiasm. This evening features Elon Musk, who believes that figures can outshine humor. The crowd erupted in applause as Stewart flashed a wink at the camera. Elon Musk stepped into the spotlight, moving with assurance, tablet in hand, unwavering. He positioned himself across from Stewart, his gaze cold as ice, yet his lips quivered as if poised for whatever might come next. Stewart began with a flourish, embodying a timeless elegance. Elon, I understand you've brought a collection of resources to support Doge. Let's be real, you sacrificed healthcare to make that trip to Mars, didn't you? The audience erupted in laughter, with some joining in applause. He brandished the aged article as evidence from the past and pressed on. Here it is, clear as ever, Musk secures hospital funds for SpaceX through Doge. What's your take on that? He reclined, anticipating a flustered Musk. Yet Musk remained unfazed. He placed the tablet aside and projected a slide onto the large screen behind him. John, you have just put forth a statement. I will demonstrate its inaccuracy immediately. Musk began, his voice unwavering yet incisive. Doge does not reduce healthcare funding. Refer to the official document, specifically on page 12, line 4. There will be no effect on fundamental areas such as healthcare or education. Would you like to read it? He pushed the tablet in Stewart's direction, but Stewart brushed it aside with a chuckle. Elon, I have the confidence of my audience, so reading isn't necessary for me. Amidst the laughter, Musk remained unwaveringly focused. He continued, that piece you're holding? A rumor from 2 years ago, revised by its author. Here is the email from that journalist, acknowledging their mistake. The slide transitioned to the email correction, with the timestamp clearly visible. The crowd whispered softly. Stewart shrugged, attempting to maintain the lighthearted vibe. All right, you have an email? However, Doge remains quite eccentric. What are you reducing if not healthcare? Thoroughfares, seats of power. He flashed a playful wink at the audience, anticipating their laughter. Musk responded sharply. I eliminated waste, John. Illustration of $2 billion in redundant DOT projects. Verified, established. Are you interested in the list? He turned to the following slide. An analysis of unnecessary expenditures. Focused on the aroma. A hush fell over the audience for a moment. Then a few applauded. Stewart hesitated but pressed on. Impressive slides, Elon. Have you started marketing PowerPoint to NASA yet? Laughter erupted, though it felt more fragile. Musk maintained a serious expression, his gaze fixed intently on Stewart. John, I believe you're mistaken. You overlooked the documentation and failed to verify your source. You may believe that humor is sufficient, yet the truth stands strong without the need for laughter to prevail. He revealed the concluding slide. A visual representation illustrating the differences in healthcare budgets before and after the rise of Doge. No money was altered. Do you have any additional thoughts to share? Musk inquired, his tone challenging him. Stewart reclined, pretending to exude assurance. Elon, you need to lighten up a bit. This is a comedy show, not a legislative assembly. However, the audience's response was underwhelming. Some now regarded Musk with admiration. Stewart turned, directing his attention towards the audience. Honestly, I'm not a reporter, I simply share what I come across. If Musk wishes to step into the realm of politics, let him proceed. He shrugged, yet Musk interjected. You may not be a reporter, yet you disseminate falsehoods to countless individuals. I'm here to resolve that issue. He gestured toward the slide. This is the reality. Do you have any evidence to the contrary, John? Stewart fell into a brief silence. It was a first for that evening. He compelled a smile. Proof? I can handle this. He lifted his wrapped hand from the mug incident. My essence for the audience. Amidst the scattered laughter, the atmosphere had changed. Musk capitalized on the opportunity. John, you have a sense of humor, but your perspective is mistaken. Doge transcends mere gaming, it embodies a genuine strategy. Feel free to verify with Vivek Ramaswamy. Or do you fear the reality? He fixed his gaze on Stewart, unwavering. Stewart made an attempt to return. Vivek, you gathered everyone together. I'm merely an individual. However, the joke fell flat. The crowd erupted in applause for Musk, with one voice rising above the rest, proclaiming, Elon's right. Stewart recoiled, his gaze sweeping across the room. He was slipping away. The confrontation extended for an additional 20 minutes, yet Musk maintained control throughout. Every Stewart has just encountered a Musk fact. You claim I have reduced education. Incorrect. Here is the information. Is Doge pulling a stunt? Here are 3 separate analyses. Stewart found himself at a loss, resorting to uncomfortable chuckles and uncertain gestures. Elon, your slides may shine, but my connection with the audience is unmatched. However, as he surveyed the audience, he noticed approving nods directed towards Musk. A soft murmur exchanged between friends. Stewart holds no grievances towards him. On X, responses surged immediately. Footage of Musk's slides spread like wildfire. #Musk soars to the pinnacle of trending topics. Supporters of Musk erupted in applause. Elon knocked out Stewart. One shared a still of Stewart captioned for those times when humor escapes you. Supporters of Stewart rallied in defense. John is merely joking. Relax. However, those without a strong opinion leaned towards Musk. Stewart is mistaken. Musk possesses evidence. The Stewart destruction video reached 1 million views within just 1 hour. As the show concluded, Stewart extended his hand to Musk, managing a smile. Thank you for being here, Elon. Next time, let's aim for fewer slides. Musk responded. Next time, pay closer attention, John. The audience applauded primarily for Musk. He walked away, leaving Stewart behind, hands still wrapped in bandages, smile gone. In the control room, Dave sighed and shook his head, a gesture of disbelief and frustration. I informed him that he required evidence. A scribe let out a weary breath. Musk is serious, while John tends to be overly humorous. Musk drove back, scrolling through X, chuckling to himself. He shared a tweet. Truth triumphed over my complete lack of humor. Thank you, John, for the opportunity, the fans responded. Elon is the champion. Stewart has completed his task. In his green room, Stewart replayed the show, murmuring to himself, absorbed in the slides. Following the harsh live defeat, Jon Stewart made his way back to The Daily Show, resolute in his quest to recover. The stage remained illuminated, yet the audience had dwindled, their applause less fervent than it once was. Stewart emerged, his smile tight and forced. Hello everyone, today I want to share my thoughts on a small misunderstanding I had regarding Elon Musk. He emphasized the misunderstanding, playfully winking at the audience, holding on to humor. I mentioned that I'm not a journalist, correct? However, Musk presented an entire library to counter my argument. The audience let out a soft laugh, the atmosphere lacking vibrancy. Stewart realized he needed to take action to restore his reputation. Following the catastrophic confrontation, he transitioned to an aggressive strategy. Alright, I may have made a mistake regarding healthcare, but Musk remains undeniably arrogant. Doogie is a billionaire's playful jest in the realm of politics. He raised his hands in a dramatic flourish. Imagine Musk in the White House, governing through presentations. A handful of chuckles escaped, yet it wasn't quite sufficient. Stewart enlisted the help of an expert, a self-styled economist named Harold, who asserted that Doogie would undermine budgets in the long run, subtly cutting public services. However, Harold mishandled it. He confused Doogie with a previous government proposal, providing no details. Stewart gave a slight nod. It seems I wasn't entirely off the mark, yet the audience remained unresponsive, with some murmurs and a lack of evidence once more. On X, the response ignited quickly, and not in the manner Stewart envisioned. Supporters of Musk quickly seized upon Harold's mistake. Doogie maintains public services. Here's the document Musk presented. Slides from the showdown were shared again, marked with the hashtag Stewart liar. It was noted that Stewart engaged a phony specialist to challenge Elon. Disheartening. Devoted Stewart enthusiasts attempted to offer their support. John's merely having a laugh, so don't take it to heart. Yet their voices were overwhelmed by a torrent of disapproval. The Harold flubs it video circulated, pulling Stewart further into a predicament. In the meantime, Elon Musk remained unfazed. He conducted a live stream from the Tesla factory surrounded by newly constructed Cybertrucks. Musk stated that Stewart has exhausted all options. A self-assured smile graced his lips. He not only stumbled initially, but now he's also featuring deceivers on the broadcast. He switched on a large screen, replaying episodes of Doogie Howser, MD. This is the comprehensive plan. Clear and open, it eliminates waste without affecting healthcare or education. If anyone would like to take a look, feel free. Musk encouraged the public to explore firsthand, sharing a download link on X. Stewart perceives me as conceited. No, I simply desire for the truth to prevail, he stated, fixing his gaze on the camera. Musk's live stream attracted millions of viewers within moments. He continued on, who is this Harold fellow? An unknown individual lacking any knowledge about Doge. Here, insights from 3 genuine authorities validating that my strategy is effective. He presented reports from independent economists with every line emphasized. Comments during the live stream were filled with enthusiasm. Elon triumphs over Stewart once more. The truth prevails once more. Musk delivered his words with a sharp precision. Stewart seeks to preserve his reputation, but it's already too late. Supporters of Musk celebrated their triumph, sharing memes of Stewart dramatically holding his head amidst fake documents. Musk perched on a slide marked King of Truth. In the studio of The Daily Show, Stewart observed Musk's stream on a small screen, his grip on the mic firm and unwavering. Dave, the response is clear, you're losing your audience. Stewart dismissed it, retaliated with what? I refuse to engage with slides. He faced the audience, mustering a clever remark. Musk is streaming from Tesla. Next, he'll probably just drive a car right into the studio, right? Amidst the scattered laughter, a weight lingered in the atmosphere. Stewart was aware of his dwindling chances, but he continued to push forward, declaring, I don't need numbers, I've got you all. However, as he gazed outside, he noticed a few fans discreetly glancing at Musk's live stream on their devices. On social media, Musk's fan campaign surged with enthusiasm. They shared comprehensive G-docs, meticulously detailing each point to refute Stewart and Harold. One tweeted, Stewart zero Mopret, to Musk, what won't rescue him. Tesla's shares surged by 5% immediately following the stream, with investors lauding Musk's openness and determination. The media quickly reported, Musk secures victory against Stewart, noted one publication. Stewart attempts to bounce back but fails spectacularly, another evaluation follows. Musk's triumphs continue to overshadow, consistently outpacing any resistance from Stewart supporters. Stewart concluded the show with a strained smile. Thank you for tuning in, I'll return regardless of the number of slides Musk presents. He burst backstage, flinging the mic onto the table. He muttered about being a lost cause due to his lack of preparation. Dave let out a weary breath, I asked you to verify your sources. Stewart remained silent, fixated on his bandaged hand, which had become a testament to his failure. The group remained hushed, each person hesitant to utter a word. A keen observer caught a glimpse of X, murmuring to a companion, Musk is on a roll, John's out of options. Musk, seated in his Tesla office, browsed X with a sense of contentment. He reached out to Vivek Ramaswamy. Stewart found himself in a deeper hole, with Dog attracting more attention than ever before. Vivek chuckled heartily. You transformed his failure into our victory, simply brilliant. Musk acknowledged with a nod, expressing gratitude to Stewart for inadvertently promoting Dog. Fans celebrated the pinnacle of Elon's trolling prowess. A clip surfaced featuring Stewart struggling alongside expert Harold, captioned, when you run out of jokes to tell. The public rallied strongly behind Musk. Those who were previously undecided now acknowledge that Musk possesses genuine data while Stewart merely engages in conversation. One tweeted, "I appreciate John, but he's mistaken this time." Musk emerges victorious without a doubt. A UK publication reported that Musk transformed Stewart into a punchline using facts as global media took notice. Stewart, seated in his green room, perused the news, shaking his head in disbelief. I misjudged him. Yet, he remained unaware that Musk was far from finished. He was gearing up for a decisive strike to clinch the triumph. Musk concluded the day with a brief meeting regarding Tesla. Gather additional data, he instructed his team. Stewart may attempt another go, but I won't offer him the opportunity. He looked out the window, observing the Cybertrucks as they drove by, a testament to his achievements. A fan on X commented, "Musk 2-0 Stewart." The end of the line. Stewart, in solitude, grasped the aged article tightly, whispering to himself, "Next time, I really need to pay more attention to the details." Jon Stewart entered the Daily Show studio, shadows lingering beneath his eyes, his typical smile replaced by a weary smirk. Following the harsh defeat to Elon Musk and the unsuccessful rescue attempt with expert Harold, the weight of the situation pressed heavily. The crowd was more diminished than before, with applause as rare as a whisper of his fading reputation. Stewart took hold of the mic, attempting to energize the room. "Hey everyone, today we're moving on from Musk. I've provided him with ample attention." He winked, yet the laughter from the crowd fell flat. A voice rang out, "John, did you actually lose to Musk?" Stewart halted, retaliating with sharp words. "Lose? I'm a humorist, not a brawler." Yet, no warm laughter came forth as he had anticipated. On X, the tension escalated. The hashtag #StewartLiar continues to trend. Supporters of Musk are unwavering, while Stewart seems to have lost relevance and only spreads falsehoods. Footage of his struggles with Harold reemerged, labeled, "When humor fails to confront reality." Loyal Stewart fans are reacting strongly. John's simply enjoying himself, so take it easy. Yet they were overwhelmed by the barrage. A dispassionate narrative stated, "Stewart is mistaken. Musk possesses the data, but what does John have?" Press Turn 2, a significant outlet reported, Stewart's credibility plummets following the clash with Musk, featuring an image of him holding the fabricated article. In the green room, Stewart scrolled through X, his hand quivering ever so slightly. "I'm the subject of ridicule," he whispered. The crew of The Daily Show certainly sensed the pressure as well. Dave, the producer, took Stewart aside. "John, the ratings are on a decline. Audiences expect you to respond to Musk, or at the very least offer an apology." Stewart retorted, expressing regret for the jest. "Absolutely not," Dave sighed. "It's not the humor, you propagate falsehoods. Musk's triumph is something you won't be able to change." Stewart turned away, gripping his bandaged hand tightly. "I'll get through," he murmured. "I always do." Yet, beneath the surface, he understood that this was unlike anything else. Musk was not an adversary to be taken lightly. He went live, jokingly stating, "Musk thinks I'm finished, but I'm still around." Yet the applause was barely audible, with a few fans discreetly capturing Musk's live stream on their phones. Elon Musk, in the meantime, capitalized on his triumph. He appeared in a fresh live stream from XAIHQ, positioned next to a Grok 3 model, smiling with assurance. "Stewart is sensing the pressure," Musk remarked, his tone steady yet incisive. "He made a mistake, attempted to deceive to protect his image, and now he's gone." He activated a large display, revealing a graph that illustrated the financial losses, $3 billion, stemming from failed initiatives. Healthcare, education, unaltered. Stewart received a counterproof. "Nope," the live stream comments erupted. "Elon's champion. Stewart, please be quiet." Musk continued his momentum, enlisting Vivek Ramaswamy for a dynamic live stream collaboration. Vivek chuckled heartily. Stewart views Doogee as a laughing matter, believing it represents America's future, with Musk demonstrating this reality. He indicated the publicly available Doogee documents. "Where is Stewart? Concealing oneself behind clever remarks?" Musk nodded, saying, "I gave him a chance on air. He brought nothing but humor. Truth stands strong on its own, without the need for laughter to prevail." The stream captivated millions, overshadowing the ratings of The Daily Show. Supporters of Musk elevated #Musk to new heights, sharing memes of Stewart holding his head in disbelief. Described when you lose the authority and the audience. On X, Musk continued to push forward. He tweeted, "Stewart represents the false media I've consistently opposed. Doge exists but he does not." The crowd erupted in applause. Elon triumphs over John. A clip featuring Musk and Vivek was shared. Descriptive reality 3.0 wit. The masses rallied completely behind Musk. Previous observers lauded the outcome. Musk didn't merely succeed, he thoroughly outperformed Stewart with compelling evidence. Someone expressed their thoughts, saying they have an affinity for John, yet believe his time has passed, as Musk's influence is too formidable. Tesla shares surged by an additional 3%. SpaceX celebrated in media as a beacon of transparency. Stewart, in the shadows, observed Musk broadcasting on his laptop. He struck the table with force. Is he really bringing Vivek in to gang up on me? Dave entered the room. John, take action, the ratings are plummeting. Stewart scoffed. What, read slides like a visionary? I don't engage in that. He confronted the audience, delivering one final thrust. Musk and Vivek broadcasting live. I believed they were campaigning for the presidency. A feeble laugh escaped, but then a voice called out, "John, we've got evidence." Stewart paused, responding, "Evidence. I can handle this." He lifted his bandaged hand, yet no one found it amusing. Musk at XAI scrolled through X and chuckled. He summoned his team to gather additional data. "I'm looking for Doge to be featured in every headline." He tweeted, Stewart breaking down. "Excellent. The truth will overpower him once more." Supporters responded, "The master of trolling." A clip surfaced featuring Stewart in silence on air. When escape is not an option. The global press continued its relentless momentum. A German outlet reported that Musk transformed Stewart into a lesson about truth. A UK edition has emerged, and Stewart is under extraordinary pressure. In the green room, Stewart found himself in solitude, phone clutched in his hand. He scrolled through X, noting the Daily Show's ratings plummeting to an all-time low. A storyteller entered the scene. "Hey John, are you doing all right?" Stewart gave a slow, disapproving shake of his head. "I'm doing well. The audience is not." He replayed Musk's stream, murmuring to himself, "A futile endeavor since I wasn't truly invested." Dave stood at the door, informing a colleague that John could use a break. He can no longer surpass Musk. Yet Stewart held on, tweeting, "Musk triumphs in slides. I capture hearts." The meager likes indicated he had lost both. Musk concluded his stream with a sharp remark. "Stewart has completed his work. It's time for honesty to take the forefront." He exited the room, his gaze fixed on a grander victory. Doge has evolved beyond mere intention. It stood as a testament to the truth he championed. A fan on X commented, "Musk 3-0 Stewart." In the shadowy confines of the studio, Stewart gazed at his wrapped hand, murmuring to himself, "Next time I require more than just humor." The weight of it all ultimately shattered the remnants of Jon Stewart. The studio of The Daily Show remained still and silent. The audience was so thin that the vacant seats overshadowed the applause. Ratings have fallen to unprecedented lows. A figure the team would never bring up in Stewart's presence. He stepped onto the stage, a smile plastered on his face. "Greetings, everyone. Today our discussion will steer clear of Musk and explore other topics instead." Yet the audience remained unresponsive. Someone called out, "John, are you really giving up?" Stewart tensed, responding, "Surrender," simply pausing for a moment. Yet his voice trembled. The audience noticed it. He had lost his edge as the sharp-witted satirist. The repercussions unfolded on X. #Stewart. Deceivers brooded. Not as warm as it used to be. Not due to Stewart regaining trust, but rather because people grew weary of ridiculing him. Devoted supporters expressed confidence. John will recover. There's no need for concern, yet the engagement was disappointingly minimal. The press delivered the decisive strike. A large outlet operated. Stewart faces complete ruin following the clash with Musk, captured in a moment of bewilderment within the studio. Once celebrated as a comedy icon, now reduced to a purveyor of misinformation. Stewart unravels. In the green room, Stewart perused the news, his grip on the phone tightening. "I'm truly finished," he murmured, glancing at the bandage wrapped around his hand. Now a symbol of loss. The team of The Daily Show fell into a quiet unraveling. Dave, the producer, took Stewart aside. "John, it's time for us to take a step back. The audience will not return unless you address Musk's influence." Stewart retorted, counter with what? "I refrain from participating in the slide game." Dave let out a deep sigh and remarked, "That's the reason you came up short. Musk possesses the truth while you do not." Stewart averted his gaze, remaining quiet. He recognized that Dave had a point, yet his pride prevented him from acknowledging it. He went live one final time that week, making weak jokes. "I suppose Musk emerged victorious. I'm going to pause for a moment. There's no need for concern." Yet the applause was minimal, with numerous attendees vacating their seats prior to the dimming of the lights. As Stewart diminished, Elon Musk ascended to unprecedented levels. At Tesla HQ, he received some promising news. The stock surged by an additional 8% following the live stream featuring Vivek Ramaswamy, with investors celebrating an extraordinary level of transparency. SpaceX also enjoyed significant advantages. A newly signed government contract is being hailed by the press as a significant media victory for Musk. He stood in the factory observing the Cybertrucks emerge, a smile spreading across his face. Musk informed his assistant that Stewart had provided him with a significant opportunity. "DG is currently in the limelight, and I'm at the helm of it all." On X, Musk's reputation shone brightly. Fans applauded Elon for Bemesra Zero, Stewart, a true legend. Clips of him presenting slides were shared, accompanied by the caption, "When truth crushes humor." Musk's victories overshadowed any attempts by Stewart fans, consistently taking the spotlight. One expressed that Musk didn't merely triumph, he transformed our perception of media. The public, once doubtful of Doge, now sings praises. "If Musk is being honest, count me in." A balanced perspective shared on Twitter. "Stewart is mistaken while Musk is correct." It's as straightforward as that. The international media chimed in, with a UK publication noting that Musk transformed Stewart's failure into a launchpad for Doge. A German individual remarked that the tech billionaire outshines the comedy king with undeniable facts. Musk moved forward without taking a moment to revel in the spotlight. He connected with Vivek Ramaswamy through a video call. "Stewart has reached his limit, yet Doge must push beyond." Vivek nodded. "You taught him a valuable lesson, and now people have faith in us." Musk wore a smile. "I don't require trust, I need them to recognize the truth." He tweeted, expressing gratitude to Stewart for the opportunity. "Doge represents what lies ahead. Feel free to take a look if you'd like." The crowd erupted in cheers. The pinnacle of Elon's trolling prowess. A picture of Musk by Grok 3 was shared, with the caption, "Truth's hero." Tesla's shares and Musk's reputation continued to rise, while The Daily Show faded into obscurity. Donald Trump, who had been relatively silent, has now added his voice on X. Elon performed exceptionally well. Doge is set to make a significant impact in America. It's time for Stewart to step back. The tweet garnered additional support for Musk, solidifying his status as a figure of significance not only in technology but also in the political arena. The American media reported that Musk not only outperformed Stewart but also triumphed over conventional media outlets. A commentator assessed that Stewart represents the past, while Musk embodies both the present and the future. In the serene studio, Stewart found himself in solitude, observing the latest updates from Musk. He murmured, "I failed because I didn't prepare." Dave interjected, "John, you truly need some genuine rest or a change." Stewart nodded slowly, saying, "I will return, but not at this moment." He exited the studio, his shoulders weighed down, the bandaged hand a stark reminder of the battle he had lost. On X, a final fan expressed, "I have faith that John will come back." Yet there was silence, his brilliance had faded. Musk at Tesla concluded the day with a brief meeting. Doge is the focus now, he informed his team. Stewart provided assistance, albeit unintentionally. He gazed through the window, envisioning a vast expanse of possibilities ahead. His last tweet of the day, "Truth always prevails." Grateful to John for the lesson. Supporters responded, "Musk's favorite, Stewart's gone." Musk's reputation shone more brilliantly than before. More than a billionaire, a champion of truth rising above Stewart's remnants. The conflict concluded, and Elon Musk remained resolute atop the summit of triumph. Jon Stewart withdrew quietly, the Daily Show coming to a pause with an unspecified reason for the break. The studio lay in silence, its lights low, casting the silhouette of a former titan. On X, Stewart's deceit diminished, not due to forgiveness, but because the spotlight turned to the victor, Musk. Stewart sat in his apartment, absorbing the final news of his defeat, murmuring to himself, "I'll return, but not to face Musk again." He switched off the television, his bandaged hand a constant reminder, a scar from a battle etched in his memory. Musk, in stark contrast, relished his complete triumph. At Tesla, the stock has found its footing at a new peak. SpaceX secured larger contracts, while Doge generated excitement across various forums. He stood before his team, proclaiming that Stewart provided us with the platform and we transformed it into a victory. Musk's persona surpassed that of a mere tech billionaire. He had become a symbol of truth, a figure who confronted conventional media and emerged victorious. On X, enthusiasts celebrated Musk 590 Stewart, a true icon. Someone expressed that Elon transformed the landscape. The essence of reality serves as the most powerful tool. Musk continued to push forward without complacency. He shared a concluding thought on the saga: who will take on the truth next? I am prepared. The challenge lingered in silence. Stewart served as a sufficient lesson. Supporters roared, a champion for all time. The international media consensus was clear: Musk surpassed Stewart. He transformed the public's confidence. He resumed his work, concentrating on Tesla, SpaceX, and Doge, with Stewart fading into the background. Stewart, shrouded in shadows, contemplated his loss. He realized he had been defeated due to insufficient preparation and a failure to fully appreciate Musk's capabilities. One final fan shared, "Jon will be back." Yet, there was a lack of belief. All eyes were now on Musk. He stepped out of his apartment, determined to embrace change, yet he understood that this battle had reached its conclusion. Musk grinning. In the end, the truth prevails. His triumph transcended the individual. It was a declaration of his aspirations for Doge, for a future he would guide. On X, the last words of a devoted admirer echoed. Musk, the invincible champion. The confrontation between Elon Musk and Jon Stewart vividly reflects elements of contemporary American society. The chasm that exists between reality and feelings, the influence of social platforms, and the weight of celebrity in an era dominated by immediate information. In the narrative, Stewart represents traditional media relying on wit and instinct to engage with his audience, as demonstrated when he boldly referenced a discredited article to criticize Musk without verifying its accuracy. Musk, on the other hand, embodies the contemporary surge of data-driven transparency and innovation to outmaneuver adversaries, as demonstrated when he showcased Doge slides in real time and collaborated with Vivek Ramaswamy to secure his victory. Stewart's failure, stemming from inadequate preparation and misleading advice, signals a loss of audience and underscores the price of neglecting honesty in a time when clarity is in high demand. Musk's success stemmed not only from documentation but from his command of X, transforming #Musk wins into a testament to social media's influence on shaping U.S. opinion today. The key point is that in genuine American life, particularly in the face of information saturation, it's essential to prepare diligently and prioritize facts over simple emotions or charisma. Observe Stewart. He fell due to his arrogance, ignoring the documents as Musk challenged him to do publicly and failing to anticipate the power of data. When engaging in discussions, collaborating, or establishing credibility, ensure you validate information as Musk demonstrated with his correction email, and utilize platforms like X to support your position. Avoid becoming like Stewart at the conclusion, shrouded in darkness with a bandaged hand, lamenting the absence of preparation. Honesty and preparedness are essential for success in an increasingly unforgiving and transparent American landscape. If you found joy in witnessing the humorous clash of truths, much like Musk's takedown of Stewart, be sure to subscribe now to stay updated on the next video. Thank you for tuning in and join us as we continue to explore the conflicts that are shaping our world.